everyone, this is Leslie and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be sharing a layout with you that I made for my summer 2018 album. I decided that I would document our summer here in Dubai. Since we're not doing anything special really, we're not going on holiday or anything, I thought that we could make our holiday here in Dubai special. And I could document our little adventures here in Dubai. So you'll see that I've got my Pink Fresh Simple and Sweet out. That is the main kit or the main embellishments that I'm going to be using for this book, for this little album. But I also bring in some Felicity-Jane. I think that the muted tones and the black, the pops of black in all the Felicity-Jane kits really work very well with the Pink Fresh kit. So I went into my Alexis kit from Felicity-Jane and I got out those words create and capture. I think in the end I'm only going to be using the create word and then my happy place. And that is a freckled fawn chipboard sheet that I've got there, and I've been using quite a bit of that chipboard sheet to add some little accents to the pages of this book. I decided that I wanted to make this spread sort of more, have the spread like have a blue tone, a more muted tone, because the photos are quite busy. There's a lot going on in the photos. And then in one of, I don't know if you see that one photo behind the one photo, the other photo, it's of my cardstock rack, and I've got that in rainbow order. So I didn't want to bring in too many colors because that is the pop of color that's going to be on the spread, that photo with the rainbow order cardstock. So you'll see here that I'm just trimming off the edges with my craft knife, and I'm not even using a ruler. I'm just going along the edges of the chipboard because the chipboard is really hard. This chipboard is quite thick and it's hard and it's heavy. So yes, and one thing I try not to forget is to just make those little holes with my hole punch there, and before I stick everything over the holes, you know, otherwise I won't know where the holes are that they're supposed to be. So I am going to be using that little journaling spot behind the photo. I'm not going to be placing it quite like that. I am going to be writing something on there in a little bit, and yeah, so what's happening in this photo is I did a craft like a craft room video tour for my YouTube channel, and I just fixed up my craft room a bit, tidied it up, dusted it off, and yeah, and then I decided, you know what, this is quite a big thing for me. I always said that I wouldn't do a craft room tour. I don't know why. It's something very personal. And then the one day I was sitting looking at my space around me, and I thought, well, this is really pretty, and you know, I want to share it. So I fixed it up a bit, and as I said, tidied it up and put everything in its right place, and then I filmed the craft room tour, and then I took some photos afterwards, and it's making its way into our summer 2018 album, because yeah, I've finally gotten my craft room to a place where I really like it, and you'll see that I am going to be auditioning a lot of the Felicity-Jane pieces, some of the Brie pieces as well, from the Brie kit, but they don't make the layout. They're just too colorful, and there isn't really any of those colors really in any of the photos, and I wanted to have this spread focus on the photos more than anything else. And you'll see that this is a very basic layout. There isn't a lot of stuff, you know, embellishments and finicky little things that I do put on there. And that little puffy sticker that I just took off there says something I'm proud of, and I am going to be using it on the layout. I'll be placing it on a bit later, and yeah, and this craft space is really my happy space. I come to to escape everyday life. There's some strict rules in our house. For instance, the kids know that they're not allowed to eat in here or come in here when I am not in here. I've had some horror surprises of Emma. She's now 7 years old. My daughter, leaving me little surprises everywhere of her creations. And then when my Heidi Swap color shine has been used, or my Nouveau drops have been used in her creations, I've had quite a number of heart attacks. But yeah, so they know that this space is my happy space, and this space, nobody is allowed to come in here unless I am in here. And when I am in here and they want to create something, by all means I let them create. And I've got 2 quite nice sized tables in here, and while I sit on by the one table creating, one of the kids can sit on the other table, and but just create while I'm in here, not come in here sneakily and do your thing. So you see there, I am going to be going through that die cut, that gorgeous die cut pack. There's over, I think, 50 embellishments in the die cut pack of the Pink Fresh collection, and it is divine, and I love all of those little bits, and I can't wait to scrap the rest of our summer and use all of that. I specifically bought this kit for documenting our summer, and you'll see that I've basically almost finished with the puffy stickers, and yeah. I can't wait to document the rest of it. So I did put another journaling spot on top of that other little journaling spot over there, and I'm going to be doing the journaling on the top, that one. And I do realize that the whites of the 2 journaling spots, it's not the same white. The bottom journaling spot has a bit of a more creamy look than the top one, and it really doesn't bother me. In the top journaling spot, there's a very faint sort of light blue teal color thin line, and it ties in perfectly with the background that I've got going there. So I really wanted to use it, and I am going to be doing some writing on it. You'll see in a bit. Not really journaling, just some prompts and some little, you'll see what I'm going to be doing. So what I've been doing in this layout as well is outlining all my photos with a Sharpie, and then just outlining the pages as well, just to give them some definition and some makes it all feel nice and done and put together, I suppose. I've been doing that on my layouts as well, and I really like the fact that a wonky doodly line gives to the layout. So here I am going to be writing crafty space, and then a little box, and then a tick inside of it, and then I'm going to be writing happy place, and then a box and a tick, a scrappy place and a box and a tick, and then alone time, a box and a tick, and then recharge and a box and a tick. So it's this place is basically all of the above. So yeah, this is my I'm an introvert, so I need a lot of alone time, and this is I mean, I could spend weeks in this craft room and not talk to anybody, and I would be the happiest person alive. I don't need any human contact to be happy. So this is really this place is my happy place. So on the next page, I just took that grid, one of the grid papers from the 6x6 pad of the Pink Fresh collection, and I used it because it's sort of muted, but it fits in ties in very nicely with the page that I just completed, the adjacent page. And also it allows for the color of that photo with the rainbow cardstock to sort of pop on there. So it's not a very busy background. It is a very muted background. However, it does add a lot of interest and and a very subtle pattern, and I really like how that works out in the end. And again, coming in with my craft knife, just cutting off the edges. I did say in my first video of me doing this that this album is literally a couple of millimeters smaller than 6x6. I don't know why they did it that way, but it is, and it is what it is. So I am just bringing in my hole punch, again punching in the holes before I forget. Otherwise, I'm going to have trouble. So, yeah, I really wanted to bring in that rainbow photo of my cardstock, and I did debate whether I should bring it in, whether I should, you know, because it is quite a busy pop of color. But I love that area in my craft room. It's a decorative area, and I've got some beautiful things on the wall there above my rainbow cardstock rack. So, and I just like looking at it, so because it's all in order. So I thought, why not bring it in? And you'll see that I did bring in, I think it is from the Brie kit. Yes, it's from the Brie kit, a little tag. I did cut it in half, or I cut a piece off of it for another layout that I didn't end up using it on, but it fit in perfectly behind that cardstock rack, and then also as layering behind the photo. I didn't know where I disappeared there. Probably doing something with the kids. Yeah, so I love that chipboard, the ephemera piece that says my happy place. So I'm going to be putting it there, and again with a doodly line, coming in with a doodly line, and my Sharpies are running out. I've got a few of them, the extra fine tipped Sharpies, so I have to get new Sharpies. And unfortunately here in Dubai, I have not found a place yet that sells them one by one. You have to buy the entire pack of Sharpies, and they are quite expensive. So I have so many Sharpies because every time I need a black, I have to buy a set of 12 Sharpies. So I have loads of Sharpies, and just to get the black again. So I love how the doodly line just adds some differentiation to that tag behind the photos, and just makes it pop off the page a little more, and then you can see it a little more. Those little chipboard pieces, as I said, it's from a freckled fawn chipboard sheet, and it says, the top one says love it, need it, and then the bottom one says this is it, and exactly how I feel. And I do bring in that little die cut from the Pink Fresh die cut ephemera pack, and I love it because as you see, I'm taking a sip of my coffee. I always have coffee with me when I scrap. I have to have it. It's either coffee or water, and you have to keep really hydrated here in Dubai, especially in the summer. And I always have a bottle of water on my table. You saw that the beginning of the video, my daughter Emma brought me a big bottle of water, and so I'm just going to be adding some of my enamel dots for the I think the first pack of enamel dots is from a case of the Blahs, and now that one is from the Simple and Sweet collection. And I'm just going to be putting tone on tone enamel dots. I'm going to be taking that pink one off and putting one of those teal colored ones on there. And yeah, the blue was a bit dark, so I just added a bit of tone on tone. And yeah, there's not much to this layout really. It was basically just slapping everything together. It came together really quickly and easily. I think it's because I loved what was happening in the photos, and it's nice to scrap something like that. So please watch out for the next video in my little series called Little Layouts. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe, and then you'd be able to see the rest of my little layouts. Bye bye.